Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dominique Davis, also known as Brown and Bendy. And here on this channel, we practice flexibility of the mind, the body, and the spirit. I have a few things that I need to communicate to you guys as a community. So for the next few videos, I'm going to be reading from this little card just so I don't forget anything. Number one, script your way to a new reality, the scripting journal. It is out now. It's a big deal. Or it's not a big deal. I don't know. If you're into scripting, it's a big deal. It's a big deal for the community. So it's in the description box. If you would like to order one for yourself, go for it. And I think that going forward, once a week, I'm going to read a portion of my scripting entries to really start breaking down how I am going about alchemizing the energy within myself through the words that I'm using, because I script very specifically. And I know that some of you guys are still having some trouble with figuring out how to bring up certain energies and feel certain energies through your writing. So I think we're going to do that. Number two, scripting journal giveaway. Anyone who comments on a video is automatically entered into the giveaway. I will be giving away one scripting journal a month, and I will announce it on the first of the month or the first video of the month, just in case the first falls on the weekend. Okay. And then last but not least, 10 books for your spiritual journey in the description box. Every single video, if somebody comments, what books do you recommend if I'm getting started on my journey? Now it's in the description box. It will always be in the description box. I have some affiliate links down there. So if you decide to buy the book from the link, you are supporting the channel. Okay. Today's video, I'm going to be vulnerable. I'm going to tell you about my life. And I'm also going to say right here, right now, either you believe in the law of attraction or you don't. So if you're on the fence or if you don't believe in it, this video is not going to be for you. But if you are with the you know what, then let's talk about it. So today I want to talk about how we maintain our level of emotion. I've come a very long way. I've come a very long way in my journey. And what I mean by that is I used to take everything in my life so personally. Whenever something would happen to me, I used to just take it to the chest and just carry it and wear my heart on my sleeve. And I didn't understand that by doing that, I was communicating to the universe, give me more of these things so that I can continue to act in this way that makes me comfortable. So there's a couple of different things I want to talk about. I know that I've attracted you guys, my community. So I know that by the way the universe works, if I've attracted you guys probably have a lot of trauma yourselves, or the majority of us have a lot of trauma that we are working on overcoming. And when you've dealt with a lot of trauma, as we've been saying in our past few videos, when you've dealt with a lot of trauma, you've created quite a few patterns, and these patterns are going to come out on a daily basis. Now, whether you look at law of attraction or whether you look at psychology, when you have patterns, you perpetuate the same type of behavior so that you can stay comfortable. But if you're not conscious of this, you can kind of just see all these things happening in your life and you're just like, where did they come from? Why is this happening? So the first thing I want to talk about is what we do when we get into that lower vibration. I don't think I can explain all these things that I'm going to talk about today without giving you guys some insight into my personal life. So I'm going to give you some insight. So for the past week, over the course of the holidays, I have been having a really good time with my family. It's been wonderful, but for some reason, I haven't identified it yet. I've been feeling depression. And I think that it comes from my husband being home, because when he's home, I already feel myself anxious about when he goes back to work. I was a very driven, energetic, productive person before I had children. I was in the world of production. So I was very go, 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 go. I was a makeup artist. I wrote scripts, and I was also a creative director. And I didn't do these things because of lack mentality. I did these things because they fulfilled me. I love producing things. It fulfills me. So that being said, when I started to have children, your energy must shift to raising those children. And I have never seen a stay-at-home mom before, not in my family. I've never seen a stay-at-home mom in my family, and none of my friends have had moms who stayed at home. So I'm not going to say that my resistance to staying at home came from feeling like I shouldn't be a stay-at-home mom, but more so it comes from not knowing what it looks like. So having to figure out how everything feels for myself. So that's where I believe the depression was coming from. So the other night I was crying. I was so upset because it was the end of my husband's break. He was going back to work and I had another 14-hour day with the kids. And for the past year, I've had all these plans on what I've wanted to do with my business, with my work, and I've just had to keep scaling them back, keep making them smaller and smaller, keep making them less grand so that they could be obtainable with the little time I have in my schedule. You guys even know these videos are a product of me not having a lot of time to work. So that's the first point I want to get to. When I was crying, when I was so upset, a part of my brain was like, what am I manifesting right now? If I am holding on to this anger, this frustration, this resentment, this sadness, what am I manifesting? And then another part of my brain said, well, wait, we have to feel. We have to feel what our reality is teaching us. We can't bypass it. We have to feel it. And then I remember this quote that I kept coming by in my studies of Jesus Christ. This is not a Bible study, do not worry. I just want to give you guys both sides of the coin so that you can take this information and move forward. So what it says is, it's John 11:32. Therefore, when Mary came where Jesus was, she saw him and fell at his feet, saying to him, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. When Jesus therefore saw her weeping, and the Jews who came with her also weeping, he was deeply moved in spirit and was troubled and said, where have you laid him? They said to him, Lord, come and see. Jesus wept. So the Jews were saying, see how he loved him. But some of them said, could not this man who opened the eyes of the blind man have kept this man from dying? So I've seen that quite a few times over the past few months, and it was just reminding me that when I am low, when I am depressed and sad and all of that, the universe feels me and the universe has compassion for me. The universe is not looking at me as, God is not looking at me as, why are you sad? You're so blessed. Stop being sad. That passage always reminds me that when I'm feeling, the universe understands that I'm a human having the human condition. And I don't know if some of you know, some of you don't, depends on whether you watch all the videos, but my connection to Christianity is coming from understanding that Jesus represents the human condition versus God. So that is that. So I had that thought that was like, okay, well, I have to feel, and the universe is not condemning me for feeling. But what did the last part of that verse say? The last part of the verse says that they questioned, why the same man who's crying, why couldn't he have just stopped this man from dying? And I have bullet points. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is, yes, the universe feels us when we are in pain, but the universe itself does not know the difference between good and bad. Someone is blasting some Fall Out Boy, and I feel you. I feel you. Okay, sorry. The universe does not know good from bad. So we can define things as good and bad. And when a situation happens to us, when we're living within a certain circumstance, our definition of that circumstance is going to define the vibration that we are holding. But it's not the universe saying, oh, this is something bad happening to this human. This is something good happening to this human. I don't believe that. So all this being said, I think that the point of this video is, yes, we must feel. But even though we're feeling, we must always take responsibility for our vibration. Always. Even at the low points, we have to take responsibility for our vibration. And what I mean by that is monitoring how long we want to be there. When I cried the other day, it was for a long time. It was about for half an hour. And it didn't feel like a long time ago. When it's not funny, but it's just crazy how dramatic I used to be. But a long time ago, whenever I would cry, I would feel myself reaffirming beliefs as I was crying. Like, life is so horrible. Life is so hard. Nothing's ever going to get better. But the other night when I was crying, I was releasing. And I texted my best friend and I was like, tonight is the very last night I'm going to mourn myself. So when I was crying, I realized that YouTube, all of you beautiful people, you have been an anchor for me. I'm so grateful that even though I've had less time to work, I've been able to hit milestones. I have 90,000 subscribers on YouTube because of my content that I've created, even though I have not had the time to put everything I want into the content. God still blessed me with you. So let's just have some gratitude for that, just for one moment, right? So the next day comes and I get ready. Yesterday, I get ready to make my video. My mouse and my keyboard will not connect to my iMac. My iMac connects the mouse and the keyboard through Bluetooth. They're not broken. I was able to connect them to my MacBook. They're not broken. They just wouldn't connect. And at first, I was just like, I heard the belief come up. YouTube is all I have. Now I can't make a video. YouTube is all I have. Now I can't make a video. And I felt the emotions. I felt them starting to, they weren't circulating, but like coming into reality. It's so weird. Do you guys ever watch Dragon Ball Z and like they make like a little power ball and it like comes into like their hand? That's what like it felt like inside of me. So anyway, I felt that and I was like, wait, nothing happens by mistake. There could be a reason for this. So I have a little devotional book that my friend got me, and I just opened it to what the day was yesterday. And Jesus said, please just rest, just stop and just rest and just chill. Like, stop. It's okay. And then I saw other spiritual messages on Instagram. I don't know if you guys have seen them, but just talking about how between Christmas and New Year's, it's just a time to rest and all that. And I received the message. I was like, okay. I stepped back. And then I noticed, I was like, I manifested that. I manifested the keyboard and the mouse not working because last night I told myself that YouTube is all I had. And I was fearful. I was fearful of losing it. And then today, something small, but it's something that happened. And I went to go get a USB mouse and I connected it and it all works perfectly now. So then because I had time to sit, I realized my husband and I, we've been going back and forth to getting a babysitter, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So yesterday I just sat down and I wrote out what the schedule would have to be for the babysitter. I was like, this is it. I messaged the girl that I was thinking about babysitting for us, and her rate was exactly the rate that I wrote down to be within our budget. And I was like, you know what? This is it. This is it. We're getting a babysitter. That's it. I don't know why I was so hesitant about getting childcare. I'm still struggling with that because I was a nanny. I struggled with it, but yesterday I just realized my mental health comes before it all. My mental health comes before it all, so it's time to get a babysitter. And I took her rate matching exactly what I needed as another manifestation and as a confirmation. So moving through to this morning. Okay, so I've hired the babysitter, or I've set up the interview for the babysitter. In the back of my mind, I am becoming self-conscious about finances because having a babysitter means that I will be paying that babysitter, which is one of the reasons that I think I have been hesitant. So what happens? This morning, a chunk of money, was taken out of my bank account for a service that I did not authorize. And I am in the process of getting it handled, but I called and they don't handle refunds over the phone. They were like, we do everything through email. And I was just like, okay, cool. And I typed the email out and I almost sent it. And then I stopped and I came back and I read it and it was just like, hi, give me my money. Like that was the energy of it. Hi, give me my money. And I was like, wait, that's not who I am. So I backed up and I was like, hi, I hope that you're having a wonderful holiday season. I thanked them for a service that I did get from them in the past. And then I explained the refund situation. And then I sent it. And then I sat down and I said, okay, when I get this money back, I'm going to just put it in savings. So when I get it back, it's not even like a thing, you know, I can get it back whenever. And then I did my gratitude list. And then it was just so clear to me how I manifested that situation, because yesterday it was on my mind that, okay, we're getting a babysitter now, so money, right? And then this morning that happens. And I believe that all of this has happened so that I can make this video. I really do. I really, really do. Yes, we are supposed to feel things, but the circulation of our life events, our patterns, the events that we experience over and over and over again in different ways, that all comes from out the flow of our belief system. The things that we believe proving themselves to us over and over and over, which is why it's so important to be aware. Let's see what the next point was. Our vibration is always our responsibility. Yes, our vibration is a reflection of faith in our belief system. So I think this is where I'm going to start winding the video down, because I know it's a long one. At every point during this process, I could have brought it back to God. At every point, I could have said, I just have faith. And I could have sat down and embodied the faith and gone from there. And I know, we say it's not always that easy. It's not that easy. And at the beginning of your journey, it's not that easy because you have neural pathways. But at some point, after we have been practicing this for a while, after we have been meditating, meditation is so important. Meditation is so important. After we have been meditating and learning how to allow our energy to flow in different ways, learning how to bring up different energies within our bodies. After we have the knowledge of how to do that, we can't just say, oh, it's too hard. We can't do that. No, we're comfortable. We are comfortable. This is not me saying ignore your feelings, bypass your feelings. All I am saying is we must take accountability for what energies we're holding within us, because we are going to receive more of that energy. And if the energy that we're holding within us does not serve us, we inject a little faith into it, a lot of faith into it. We inject faith into it. So whatever the situation is, whatever the circumstance is, learning to come to a place of everything that's happening is happening for my greatest good. Everything that is happening for my greatest good. I am loved. My future is unlimited. I am full of potential. All of those things, we come back to that, especially when the inside does not feel that way. Because let's be honest, if the internal does not feel that way, it's probably because over the span of our lifetime, that's been our comfy spot, right? That internal chaos, that internal ickiness, that feeling of it's never going to get better. That's also a comfortable bed to lie in. So we must take accountability and learn how to shift our own energy when we are ready, understanding that nobody's going to tell you when you are ready. You have to decide when you are ready. Okay. So I don't know what this video is going to sound like. I hope that it's okay. I love you guys with all my heart. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up so other people on YouTube know that it is valuable. Also, if you would like me to expand on anything that I've talked about in the video, let me know down below and I will be happy to. Last but not least, please make sure that you are subscribed and that you click that notification bell so that you can be notified when I come out with a new video and so that you can become a reality bender yourself and join the Bendy bunch because it is so lit here. I love you so much and I will see you next time. Bye. Goodbye.